Canto 8, Chapter 9, Text 5. Nunam tam vidina subruho preshita shisharirinam sarvendriya mana pritim vidatum sagranena kim. O beautiful girl with beautiful eyebrows, certainly Providence by His causeless mercy has sent you to please the senses and minds of all of us. Is this not a fact? So here the meditation can be something interesting. That anyway, for what the demons wanted nectar? They wanted nectar to live long. For what? To enjoy the senses. That's all. The goal of life of demons is trying to understand why the demons gave so much respect to Mohini. Why they are surrendering to Mohini. Because that satisfies their goal of life. What is the goal of life for a demon? Goal of life for a demon is sense enjoyment. And what is the biggest sense enjoyment? Sex. And here, most beautiful woman, which can you imagine in front of them? Therefore, they dropped everything. In fact, when she is distributing nectar, she made them promise, few shlokas later, that okay, you want me to settle the dispute, then whatever I do is final. They said yes. And when she is giving all the nectar to the Devatas, they are watching it. And Prabhupada said they don't interfere, they don't protest because they do not want to spoil their relationship with her. She is a goal. She became even more important than nectar. Because nectar for what? Nectar to enjoy. Enjoyment for what? And here is the personification of enjoyment. Most beautiful woman possible. That's what they want. They say, no, param drishtva nivartate. We see higher, we give up lower. Vishaya vinivartante nirahara sedehina rasavarja raso apiyasya param drishtva nivartate. The demons are lying is such tamoguna that this beautiful woman is everything for her. That's all. They don't want anything else in life. We see people, they destroy their career, they destroy their life, they destroy everything because of enchantment principle of woman. They destroy everything. Even for a devotee, tapasya begins with brahmacharya. There is no tapasya without brahmacharya. Suppose somebody says, I am not following brahmacharya. He is not doing tapasya. Tapasya begins at that point. Take an example of somebody who is doing everything very austere, but he is not following, he is not honest in sex life. He is not doing tapasya. We will reject the whole tapasya he is doing. Bogus. Whatever he is doing, we will not accept. So first thing is brahmacharya. So therefore devotee also, this is the most important principle. And this can also, the principle of enjoyment also leads to something known as enviousness. Just like beginning with the Amrita, now later even Mohini Murti, she is not going to go to any one of them. Suppose she would have selected one demon as husband, other demons would have fought. Just like they fought for nectar. They would have fought. It's not going to end there. So that's the nature of enviousness. Enviousness is the nature that comes into the being of normal conditioned soul. Shotavyadini rajendra ninam shantim sahasrashaha apashyatam atma tattvam griheshu grihemedina nidrya hriyate naktam vavayena cha vavayaha divachare haye rajan kutumba bharane nava. So Prabhupada says there, the life of an envious householder is summarized in a nutshell by Shukadeva Goswami. And Shukadeva Goswami begins to speak. That the first words he speaks. I offer Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, second canto, first line. He offers respects to Krishna, Shukamuni. The second one he says, Shotavyadini Rajendra, because their goal is sense gratification. They want to hear so many things for sense gratification. Somebody wants to hear a lot of Grame Katha, means he is interested in sense gratification. Why is he hearing? Because he has something to interest in it. Just like if there is a match between Pakistan and Sri Lanka, we are not interested to hear. But when India and say Australia now, we are very interested. What happened? Why we are interested? Because we are identifying with one country. We want to enjoy that. So people who are Brahminical in nature do not hear Gramakatha at all. Why? Because they have something higher to do. They have no interest in it. This happened, no. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Na Shochati Na Kanshati. They are not lamenting for anything, they are not hankering for anything. Why they will hear? When we are hearing, the people of Kshatriya Vaishya, they are interested to hear because Kshatriya wants money and power, and Vaishya similarly. So they want to hear because something they can grab. You tell Vaishya, the vegetable is selling that place for 4 rupees per kilo. Oh my God, I can make money. He is interested to hear. Humko kya karna hai? So similarly, why we are interested? That means in the whole the tamasha of the middle world with Rajoguna and Tamoguna, a devotee is not interested to hear. उसको सुनने का कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. उसको तो कृष्ण कथा सुनने का. He wants to go back to Krishna. Therefore, he is not competing for sense gratification. Prabhupada says, dharma, artha, kama, moksha is all sense gratification. Why? Because what is this dharma that people follow? This dharma that people follow is not paro dharma. The dharma that people follow, it only wants to regulate because the competition for sense gratification. Because all the demons like here, they want to fight for sense gratification. Dharma just regulates it. That's it. That's all the dharma is doing. Regulating the competition for sense gratification. It's all sense gratification finally. There is nothing spiritual about it. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected dharma, artha, kama, moksha. He said all 4 are sense gratification. And that's what people are following, interestingly. They study the Vedas, they say Purushartha is the end of the Vedas. And what is dharma? Some punya, papa, some rules or regulation. That's all. There is not even an idea of pleasure of serving Krishna. Not even an idea. So mostly what people follow, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Mostly what people follow dharma is rituals. And rituals which make us pious. Just like somebody was telling, recently somebody died, so he got a ritual done where he asked a question. They do prashna whether the person died proper death or natural death. He said no, natural death. Why? Because he wants to know he has gone to Swarga. That's it. Mostly people follow dharma just for that purpose. And knowing that, cheaters and the cheated, many astrologers make a good business out of it. Because they know, somebody asked Prabhupada, can I look at astrological chart? Prabhupada said, why? Astrology is for sense gratification. They want to know what is going to happen tomorrow. For what? For sense gratification. They are not interested whether I will be in a comfortable position to serve the Lord. And for a pure devotee, any condition is favorable for service to Krishna. He is not bothered. So this enviousness is a very big factor. In fact, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was launching his movement in Navadip, he became extremely popular. And the so-called Brahmanas who were actually into sense gratification in the name of religion, they became very disturbed because they lost their business. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying, chant Harinam, that's enough. Chant Harinam. And you go back to Krishna. But the so-called Brahmanas, they wanted dakshina. No, we should give in dakshina. We should do a program at your house. We should do puja at your house. You should give us dakshina. That's what we want, the Brahmana. And Chaitanya was saying, chant Harinam, chant Harinam. Now they became a big difficulty for them. So they became so envious, they went to Chand Kazi. And they complained to Chand Kazi, he is destroying Hindu Dharma. And then Chand Kazi anyway wanted to have to take an action because he doesn't know Hindu Dharma, he is a Muslim. So he sent his men, break all the mridangas, tell them to stop all this Harinam, otherwise I'll convert him. What all funny argument these people gave out of envy. They said that he's chanting holy name all night. That will reduce the power of the holy name. It is not the way to be done. Great calamity will come to this place. What is he doing? Can you imagine the madness of what? Out of envy, what are they speaking? They could not recognize the Supreme Personality of Godhead is there. They could not recognize. Rather, they became envious. Just imagine the misfortune. And finally, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu led civil disobedience movement and converted Chandkazi itself by his preaching. That's the power of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But the so-called Brahmana, look at their condition. Look at their condition. So Prabhupada says, even the Varnashma, the goal of Varnashma was to cooperate to serve Krishna. The goal was to serve Krishna. But when you forget that goal, Varnashma just becomes an exploitation. People just exploit. I am a Brahmana, please give me respect. That's all. It's just exploitation. And it has lost the very essence, cooperation for service to the Lord. That is the essence of Varnashma. Then there is no enviousness. Brahmana is there, Kshatriya is there, Vaishya, Shudra is there by quality, not by birth. Just like doing some activity now, different people may do different roles to play in any function, any event. But the goal is clear, so everybody is very happy. Okay, he could do that. I can't do that, but he does that. But the goal is fixed. So the enviousness is a very horrible quality. And sometimes even devatas become envious. Sometimes. Of the strong brahmacharis. And they try to send Menaka to disturb. The example of Narayan Rishi, when they were doing tapasya, Indra got in trouble. He thought, another trouble now. This is very powerful. Why Indra is worried? Again, sense gratification. Because he wants to enjoy his post. And if somebody becomes more qualified than him, he may lose his post. So what does Indra do? He sends some Cupid, some Apsaras with the Cupid. And when Kamadeva comes with the Apsaras to enchant Narayan Rishi, Narayan Rishi started laughing. Shishi Radha Govinda ki. And he produced wonderful Apsaras, so beautiful, much more beautiful than Apsaras they had brought. So they ran away. So Prabhupada says, very important point, we have made a decision to go back to Krishna. We should be firm in this decision. And if you are in this decision, there will be no enviousness. But when you have forgotten to go back to Krishna, then we also become envious of the people, and so many people, for unnecessarily think we become envious. That shows what is in our mind, what is we are desiring. There is an instance of Vidura requesting Dhritarashtra that your son is envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What is the use of maintaining such a son? Because generally the children, they pray to the Lord. And he says his prayers will not be accepted by the Lord. Lord is not going to accept his prayer. Why? Because he doesn't believe in God. Correct? So many times they think karma kanda function will be done. Somebody will do Shraddha. What Shraddha he will do? He doesn't believe in God. He doesn't go anywhere. He will remain there only. You have to offer, no? When there is no, the priest can only facilitate, but you have to offer. But you have no faith in God. You don't believe in God. So he says, get rid of this son who is envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Get rid of the son. So in the Vedic culture, enviousness, Prabhupada says, this our envy of the material world has begun with envy of Krishna. We are in this world because of enviousness to Krishna. And the whole process of Krishna consciousness, what it does, gradually, slowly removes enviousness. What are we doing in a sadhana? We are praying to the Lord, we are bowing down to the Lord, we are worshipping the Lord. Gradually, the glories of the Lord, when presented, makes us very nice. That's why Krishna comes, and he demonstrates a wonderful pastimes, and all of us can watch that those who are serving Krishna are so happy. So why I have to be envious of Krishna? Because in this world, service generally means that something else, as if heavily exploited. But in the spiritual world, service is done out of love, with great pleasure. So when the Krishna comes and demonstrates his wonderful pastimes, we can watch those pastimes. And what happens? We come out of the envy. So when we hear the glories of the Lord coming from the lips of a pure devotee, gradually the enviousness from our heart vaporizes. And then the mind becomes very peaceful. Then that's what is described here. that the demons are actually very envious of each other. That today also we see the political parties. Prabhupada said what good they will do to the people because they are envious of each other. They are envious of each other. They are envious of other. They are envious of each other. They are envious of other parties. Within party they are envious. They are busy securing their own seat. What good? They have no time to even think of good of the public. So this is enviousness is actually, Prabhupada says here, sarpa krura kala kruraha. Sometimes a snake by nature is called envious because he bites for no reason. He kills somebody for no reason. Just by nature. He is a symbol of enviousness. He said, but a snake can be charmed by a snake charmer can by mantra aushadhi. Somehow he can calm down a snake. But a person who becomes envious, he cannot do anything about it. Like Yudhishthira Maharaj, by the blessing of Krishna, he was so nicely situated. There was half kingdom was given to Yudhishthira Maharaj, half to Duryodhana. Correct? At a particular time. In the Yudhishthira Maharaj got Indraprastha and he did Rajsu Yagna, massive. And he was so opulent. Krishna and Arjuna were like his two arms. He was so opulent. And Duryodhana became envious. So envious. So envy means somebody possesses something, I don't want him to possess that. The Prabhupada says even killing an animal is showing envious. What else it is? An animal is sitting, you are going and killing him. Correct? You are showing your enviousness of the animal. You are showing your envious. You want to kill that animal. You have life, I will take it away. How can you have this body? You are showing enviousness, trying to take out his life. Okay? So society is basically a bunch of demons. They are all people envious of each other. Okay? So when we come to Krishna consciousness, I remember when I joined the temple, I think I gave that example many times. There were 5 of us joined together. And one, if somebody gets a service and I do not get, somebody gets a recognition, I don't get, I used to feel envious. Because we came from the metal field of rat race, in the word of the rat race. So somebody gets something and I don't get, I used to get envious. But then when Krishna's holy name started opening a sweetness in the heart, I just forgot. I have not come for all this. I have come to see the Paramatma in a heart. I am not able to see the Paramatma in a heart. I have come to see the beautiful Radha Krishna which are dancing in the spiritual world. I have come to see the beautiful Gaur Nitai. I want to see them. I come for that. I have come to taste the nectar of the holy name. Where is the place for enviousness? Because I can taste the nectar of the holy name, you can also taste the nectar of the holy name. If Mohini Murti is with one person, she is not with another person. If nectar is with one person, it is not with another person. Correct? But Krishna consciousness is all auspicious because it is for everybody. If I get, doesn't make difference to you. You can also get. Rather, I can bless you to get. Therefore, devotee, if they see somebody has got advancement in Krishna consciousness, they go, Prabhuji, please bless me. I also want to advance because he can share with you what he has. But nectar, if you drunk, it is finished. Now you can't drink. So material things means we are envious. But spiritual thing, because it is unlimited. Prabhupada said everybody can say my Krishna. How can you say my Krishna? Everybody. Because he is available for everybody. He is not finished because he becomes my Krishna for one person. So you can say, I pray to my Lord. How can be your Lord? He is my Lord. No, he can be everybody's Lord at the same time. So as you come to Krishna consciousness, enviousness vanishes away. Okay? So more you become advanced. In fact, the symptom of spiritual advancement is freedom from envy. Okay? Therefore, dharma projita kaitavatra paramo nirmasaranam satam. This Bhagavad Dharma is only for the people who are non-envious. How do you know somebody is non-envious? Because he has ceased desire for sense gratification. If you are maintaining even some, at a gross level, we give you a subtle level, mana puja pratishtha. If there is a desire, then definitely feel envious. We feel envious. So enviousness can go away as we advance and we become fixed up. We start drinking the taste of the holy name. That is the first thing we advance. The beginning of spiritual advancement is drinking the Harinam. With chanting Harinama, please chant with concentration. Increase your concentration. increase more your concentration, more and more increase the concentration when you chant japa. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Similarly, Kirtana. Kirtana is actually 100 times more powerful than japa. But properly, when it is done with proper meditation of the holy name, it can also give us a taste of the holy name. And when holy name opens its taste in the heart, material desires vanish away. And then there is no envy. There is no need to be envious of anybody. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.
Hare